Hello everybody, hope things are great with you. So we are continuing the series on trauma, and in this video it will be the trauma on witnessing violence. So as an astrologer, I've seen clients coming to me who have this history of witnessing violence. What sort of violence? It can be any kind of violation. It can be a physical violation, kicking, beating, abusing and all that. Emotional violence, words and bullying, those sort of things. Sexual violence and sometimes even psychological violence. It's pretty rare, but it has. I've got a few clients who go through psychological violence. Psychological violence is technical. I mean, they are brainwashed to do things, those sort of things as well. And so as an astrologer, of course, remember empathy. Start with that first. So how do you, if you're an aspiring astrologer, how do you tackle this situation? Especially when it comes to this kind of a trauma, it requires a degree of understanding. Okay, so you must have a connection with the client. Try to have a call, understand what is their story actually, how do they feel and all that. You must go through all that. It's not an easy thing. Remember that you need to do proper assessments. Okay, the first thing that you should do is to understand what are the feelings they go through, right? Okay. Now, the first thing they'll have is shock. They witness something like that. They are not sure how to act or even react, and it will be a state of confusion, conundrum. They just don't know what to do next. Okay, that will be the first thing. But now, if they somewhat try to forget that, and it's fine. However, if they keep thinking about that initial whatever they've witnessed, and they keep thinking about it day after day after day, and that leads into problems. All right. If it's persistent, then there are 3 plus 1. I'll explain to the plus 1 later. But let me explain the first 3 feelings they'll go to. Number 1 is fear. The fear that it would may occur to them or to their loved ones. And that fear is, of course, it leads to anxiety-related problems because it's persistent, right? The second one is sadness, a profound sadness. It's like they're always in a state of melancholy. Nothing seems to be exciting for them. That sadness is persistent. And of course, if sadness is persistent, it leads to lack of motivation, lack of confidence, and that sort of things. And of course, these are the things you must ask your client, whether he or she is going through all these things. And the third is a very dangerous mental disease called PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder. It's very dangerous. It is due to this prolonged fear and sadness. It converts into nightmares and tendencies of murderous tendencies. Sometimes you've heard about this. People go and shoot school children and all that. All these are PTSD related problems. They are unable to they are not sure what to do. It's a state of insanity already, right? They are not sure what exactly needs to be done, because what they have witnessed is real and it's unwavering. It's always there in their mind, and that becomes PTSD, right? Suicidal tendencies, rage, anger, and those sort of things, right? Now, the fourth one is something which I see probably 80 to 90% of my clients who come to me for relief on trauma. That is guilt. And I believe guilt is the root cause of these problems, or rather, trauma due to witnessing violence. Because there's 2 things there. One, the guilt is that they could have done something about it. They witnessed something bad, but they did not engage in that, and that misengagement leads to guilt. And the second thing is they feel, and this is a big one, guys, they feel that they are responsible for that unfortunate state of the victim. Say someone have beaten up someone. Let's say you have a neighbor's kid. The father beats the kid, and you've been noticing this for years and years and years. And one day the kid dies, and that burden falls on you. You feel that you are responsible to the death of the child. All right, so all those 2 things are part of guilt. Okay, And so astrologically, what you can do is, number one, look at Saturn, because Saturn is the one that looks at what you call self-criticism. You criticize your own self. You bring down your own self. You criticize your own self. Self-criticism is known in Saturn. So look at the positions of Saturn. It's nakshatra and anything and everything associated with Saturn. Second thing is Ketu. Ketu, amongst all the karakas, one thing is undoing, self-undoing. The cause of the problem is you yourself. You are your self-undoing. So Ketu is known for that. So you have to look for Ketu. And 2 houses. The 8th house. The 8th house is a house of regret and the house of dwelling in the past mistakes. Okay, you need to look at 8th. And of course the 12th, the Vyaya Bhava, house of loss, is the house of shame and guilt itself. Okay, so remember Saturn, Ketu, 8 and 12. These are the 4 things that you need to look at. So I hope this video is informational. If you do like it, please share with your friends. I'll talk to you soon.